Who needs years of language classes or daily lessons in Duolingo when we can just drink a weird drink or read a quick book and become completely fluent in a whole other language? Not this witch, because it's Stardew Valley where we can make that happen. Well, I guess Dwarvish and Junimoish don't really count as official languages for your college transcripts, but it's a great pickup line, right? Hey, hi, howdy, and hello friends, it's Wickedy here. How the heck are ya? So anyway, I was bored, so I created a speedrun a while ago to see how fast I can learn the long-forgotten language of the dwarves in Stardew Valley. This will come in really handy in my next D&D campaign, I think. I call this the DTG Speedrun. The goal is to get the dwarvish translation guide from the museum as quickly as possible by finding all 4 dwarf scrolls, collecting your reward, and ending by talking to the dwarf fluently for the first time. There are 4 scrolls to find, all with various different methods for each. They can be found by slaying monsters or digging around in the mines. Before I get into the run, let's go over each and how to find them. Dwarf scroll number 1 has a 0.16% chance of being found from the soil on any mine floor level, or a 0.5% from monsters on level 1 to 39. Dwarf scroll 2 has a 0.1% chance of being found in the soil from levels 1 to 39, or a 0.5% chance of dropping from frozen level monsters, excluding skeletons. Dwarf scroll number 3 can't be dug up from the soil, but this can come from monsters. You have a 0.5% chance for monsters level 80 and lower, or an even better 1.5% chance from blue slimes. And Dwarf Scroll 4. It can be found from pretty much any monster in the regular mines on any level, except of course skeletons. Though the chances are pretty low, it's only a 0.1% chance drop. You can also dig this up on level 80 and lower with a 0.2% chance. Now, you can absolutely find some of the scrolls for monsters outside of the local mines, like in the Secret Woods or Skull Cavern or whatever, but the main focus for this run is going to take place in the good old mines in the hills. Nah, Willie, I'm not looking for gold. I'm looking for the true treasure in the mines, knowledge. When choosing your farm type, it doesn't really matter which one you go with, as none of these really have much effect on the run. I do normally go with the forest farm as it has a nice clear path to the mines, and it can also have some forage for energy, but it doesn't really make a huge difference. I will be using animation canceling for this run too. It makes my tool go much faster by canceling, well, the animation. You can learn more about that on the official speedrun site that I've linked below. Finding the best route for this run is definitely a work in progress, but my plan is to start off by planting parsnips for energy because we are going to need a lot of energy for digging up a lot of soil. And I'll take a little bit of time getting enough wood for a chest because I need inventory space for when I find scrolls early on. Apart from that and watering the parsnips, I'll be sleeping until the 5th. On the 5th day of spring, the mines open up, and if I have a starry luck day, I'll head to the mines. Otherwise, I'll sleep until there is one, or reset the run and start over. Usually, speedrunners will reset the run if they don't get good luck on either the 5th or 6th, because those are the days that have the best forage. And good luck makes progressing in the mines much easier. I plan on having my parsnips, so the forage doesn't really matter as much to me, but the luck for ladders does. I have specific floor goals I'm aiming for, and my luck that day will determine how fast we can get this done. The floor goals I have in mind are floor 15, 45, and if I don't find scroll 4 through combat, floor 95. These are the best places I find to farm for scrolls. To help me progress, any stone, bug meat, copper, and coal that I find, I keep for making ladders, cherry bombs, and food later. Let's go over these floors. Level 15 is a great floor with an elevator and a patch of soil which gets reset every time I pop up and down. We dig here looking for scrolls 1 and 2, all while slaying monsters for other scroll chances, and the occasional duggies or crabs for cherry bombs. This is also a really good source of cave carrots as well for extra energy, which, if you're digging around for hours, is crucial. So if scroll 2 has been found before reaching level 15, we skip this floor and move on to getting lower mine levels instead of spending time here. The next floor goal, level 45, is also an elevator level used mainly for slaying blue slimes, which have the highest chances of dropping scroll number 3. You can pop up and down that level to reset the floor and keep slaying on until we find that, dropping down ladders as we see them too. So daily luck doesn't really matter while digging and slaying monsters, it doesn't affect the drops, but good luck is needed for getting to the levels that you need. So if the first 3 scrolls have been found, but not the 4th scroll yet, I will sleep until a star luck day, craft and use cherry bombs and such and get to level 95. This level has a patch of earth for digging as well as an elevator. Now this is the last result if scroll 4 hasn't dropped from a monster, and it can be the most time-consuming part of the run as the monsters are really difficult here and I might have to repeat this on many days until it's found. Being that scroll 4's drop chances are 2 times higher when digging up this soil than it is from slaying monsters, the risk is worth it to me. So now we know what the plan is, and how your run goes purely depends on the RNG. I made my own splits for this run, you never know which scroll will be your first one. Alright, let's get digging. Everyone, say hello to Dwarvish on the Duolingo farm. What's my favorite thing? Knowledge, of course, and I'm going with the forest farm because it's pretty. Oh, and for forage and an easier route to the mines. And while I'm at it, let's spice up the mines a bit with a remix. Maybe the mines chest will bless me this run. Day 1 is pretty standard. Clear up the farm a bit, hoe a bunch of land, and wander off to Pierre's to buy even more parsnip seeds. Maybe this is a mistake and just a big waste of time, and I don't actually need 45 parsnip seeds, but you know what? I'm here now and I've made my decision and I'm sticking to it because it's too late to turn back now. I do love that extra energy I'll get from delicious unwashed raw parsnips though. It tastes like dirt. Once I've aimlessly spent all of my energy clearing up some trees and such, it's off to bed. Day 2, we water all the crops and deforest a bit more to make 2 chests. 1 for the farm and 1 for the mines. Yeah, you heard me. 2. But Wickedy, why are you wasting your time? Can't you see the clock ticking? Do you really need to? Honestly, probably not, but I was kind of in the zone and also whatever, I do what I want. Day 3 is always raining, and here is me without my umbrella, so it's straight to sleep. Spring the 4th, I did a bit of watering, and you guessed it, back to bed. Can I just stay here forever? Okay, so now it's the 5th of spring. You know what that means, kids? That's right, the mines have opened up, and just my luck. Oh my stars, the luck was perfect today. And all my parsnips are ready. I sacrificed only a few to the crows, but that's okay. I love animals. I ended up with 42 total. Is that a sign or something? You may be thinking it's probably much more than I need, and yeah, you're probably right, but if I need to get to level 95, I'm gonna need the power of parsnips on my side. But I might stick to the starter 15 if I ever decide to try this again. Okay, time to go break rocks. I gently placed, with the greatest of care, all of my tools in the box except for my pickaxe and my hoe, and I snagged a bunch of forage on my way to the mountains. Bonus, sweet. Marlin was there just waiting for me, but I hit the F key so fast he had no time to tell me that it was dangerous to go alone. This extra chest I plopped by the elevator and filled it with anything extra for later and got started. There are 2 main things I'm focusing on really. Copper nodes to help me level up and getting down to level 15. I do still take out monsters as I see them for those scroll chances. Oh, there it is! Scroll 4 for my first one at around 12 minutes from a crab. It's actually a huge time save for me. I don't have to get lower than level 45 at all. What a relief. Ew, gross. A slime-infested floor on level 9, which is kinda slimy and usually not ideal in a speedrun. But not for me, though. I actually want to fight monsters for scroll chances. No luck this time. Ah, the good old floor 10 chest, which graced me with, a sad iron dirk. Boo. I have that chest up top by the elevator for a reason, to hold all of my precious belongings. Can you imagine if I was holding on to the scroll and something bad happened to it and I lost it? No thank you. In the box you go. My energy was getting kinda low, but I made it to level 15 a bit after the 18-minute mark and popped back up the elevator to grab all my parsnips, thinking it was time to dig as I can get both scroll 1 and 2 from the soil here. After a bit of hesitation and second-guessing myself, I remembered that digging today wasn't the original plan, but plans change and then change back, and now I don't remember what the plan was to begin with. Okay, new plan. I decided to use all this good luck today to try to get deeper in the mines instead. Let me just completely toss my rat out and do whatever because I can't find my notes and I don't remember the plan. Stick to the plan! Oh well. Sometimes it is good to follow your heart though, even if not the smartest thing to do. Not today though. Oh no. I made it to level 18, overexerted myself, and thought it was too late for me to waste more food I'll need for digging, so with a bit of sadness in my heart and waves of shame in my face, I passed out. Moral of the story? Don't follow your heart. Follow the route, dummy. This is why I don't run Mines 50, by the way. I make terrible spur-of-the-moment decisions. Anyway, it's the 6th of spring. I leveled up on combat, farming, and mining overnight, and the luck is, trash. Off to bed. Sunday the 7th is great, though. Stars again. Today's the day. Ooh, bubbles. Don't need it, don't need it, don't get distracted. With that level up in mining, I made as many cherry bombs as I could, giving me 15 total. Sweet. Gotta love the things that go boom. Now it's back to level 15 to try to make it to the 40s. Ugh, I hate this dagger. Daggers are not good for speedruns because things like this happen. No. Oh, ladder, bye. Okay, floor 18. We meet again, and this time will be the last time. I hope. Oh, ladder. Okay, fine. I'll go. Level 19 is not my favorite floor. I don't really like the spiral. It makes me a bit dizzy, but I guess I didn't quite learn my lesson the last time I was in the mines and decided to follow my heart again to the center because I desperately needed a better weapon, but the crates only held a single cave carrot and a whole lot of disappointment. At least there's a ladder here. On to level 20. Come on, baby, give me something good. Mama needs a new weapon, and it's... another dagger. I thought of resetting here, but I'm 30 minutes in, and I have Dwarf Scroll 4, so I'm gonna follow through with this run. Level 24 has another chance at a good weapon in a crate, so of course I got my hopes up and held my breath, only to discover yet another heaping pile of sadness and things that I can't use. Well, at least I got 5 more cave carrots out of the deal. Okay, here it is. 3rd time's the charm. Level 29 has a patch of crates, and this time I got my forest sword. Thank Yoba, because I was about to cry. I mean, no, I wasn't. Whatever, don't look at me. I feel nothing. I make it to the 30s with a torch in my pocket to help me see any ladder hiding anywhere. Ooh, a club. I could have used that ages ago, but I'll just keep it here. It's the principle. I now have over 30 cherry bombs, maybe a bit excessive at this point if you ask me, and I use those to progress on down to level 40 at almost the 40-minute mark, and after 1 AM with only 1 scroll to my name. Yeah, this is going great. No, it's really not. Monday's luck was pretty good, and oh, my potatoes! Almost forgot that I had planted mixed seeds. I'm not sure that I can emotionally recover from failing again as I attempt to descend down the frozen levels today, and I need some space from that mess, so instead I started digging on level 15. My route? What route? Who needs that? Actually, I am kind of sticking to it, albeit a bit out of order. On my 2nd time down to floor 15, I snagged my 2nd scroll, number 2. Sweet. Finally, I was beginning to lose hope. I still need number 1 and number 3. Dwarf Scroll 1 can be found in the soil on any level, but not from the monsters in the frozen levels, so I tried digging this patch a few more times to get it. This is where the parsnips come in really handy. It takes a lot of energy to dig all of this up, and you never know how many digs it's going to get to the center of the dig spot. Anyway, I got a decent amount of cave carrots to help too. I reset this floor so many times, honestly I lost count, and I've whittled down my parsnip stash to the last one. This parsnip is the best parsnip and must be some magical lucky parsnip, my parsnip number 42, because it brought me something wonderful. There it is. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? It's Dwarf Scroll number 1. Alright, I'm out. I'm done here. No more digging for me. It's time to go fight and club my way through for the last scroll. Luckily for me, all that digging built my cave carrot supply up to 30. Tastes a bit more like dirt than the parsnips, but the taste of dirt keeps you humble. So I'm off to level 40 to fight some baddies and to get to 45 so I can have a good reset floor. I really could have used so many cherry bombs much earlier. Oh well, I made it to 45 and decided to use up these bombs to see if I could find more enemies. No luck there, so let's reset 40 and 45 a few times. Well, it was going well today. I fought my little heart out until my body eventually gave out and passed out in front of that slime. How embarrassing. Okay, Tuesday the 9th. Luck doesn't matter because I'm only fighting today, so it's off to the mines for hopefully the very last time. A few hours and a few dozen floor resets later, and there it is. Dwarf scroll number 3, the last one I need from the coolest frozen slime in all of the mines. Thanks, buddy. Sorry I had to take you down and steal your precious dwarf scroll, but I have a plan and a mission. Now I gotta dash right after I toss down a cherry bomb on this rock to unlock the dwarf, of course. It's time to grab all this knowledge, put them in my pocket to protect them from the rain, and meander on over to the museum to meet Gunther for the first time and grab my reward, the Dwarvish translation guide. Man, you translated that quickly. Honestly, we don't give Gunther enough credit. I'm not sure if it disappeared into thin air, I ate it, or just absorbed the knowledge through osmosis, but that part is done. I've learned a whole new language instantly. The run isn't over just yet. I still have to meander back on up to the mines and put my knowledge to good use. I saved this ruby I found earlier because I figured that might be a nice way to introduce myself, like, "Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Here's a precious stone. It's very shiny." And we did that, and it's done. I can understand the dwarf, so the run is over. I ended it at 1 hour and 9 minutes. Whew, what a ride. Honestly, I know I could have done so much better. I wasted a lot of time not using cherry bombs earlier when I could have, not passing out earlier, and maybe even wasted time on parsnips because I still have 30 cave carrots in my pocket. Although I would have needed them all if I had to get to level 95, so I guess I was just being prepared. So, can you do better? I bet you can, because that run was awful. But I can say that it is a world record because I'm the only one who has ever run this speed run, right? Right? So this isn't an official speed run yet, but I think it's a fun one to try and hope that others out there might like to try it out too. It is very dependent on RNG, and there isn't really a way to predict when you'll get a scroll. I'd love to see other attempts and if anyone else has a better route too. If you'd like to check out my full run attempts, you can check that out and watch all of my failures while I was testing the run out during a live stream, which I've linked below. Alrighty friends, I'm Wickedy. Thanks for watching me struggle and hanging out in the valley with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!